So if, what I would say is being a component CIO is the funnest job you'll ever have.
I agree with
especially when
that.
you're operational. Let me focus on operations and what we do with operations. So when people are out in the field, we want them out there. We don't want our deputies sitting in the office. And so I'm going to say this, modernizing your IT is the easy thing to do. Modernizing the culture that uses that IT is the difficult thing to do. And that's what we focused on at the Marshals, is to develop the trust of our operational partners. The deputies are going to go into the field to say, what do you need? Don't think we can't do some really magical stuff. And we have. It used to be that if they want to run warrants, information, criminal histories on a fugitive, that they would need to go back to a computer, or they would need to ask a state or local officer for assistance with that, who would call a dispatcher. It was a time-consuming process, and meanwhile you've got somebody potentially dangerous shackled up in front of you, and that's not a good situation to be in. So what we did was said, let's work together with the operational community to develop a portable way to do that. Let's make sure we're emphasizing mobility in what we do. And so we developed an iPhone application that also runs Android, with partnering with Palantir on this. And the FBI assisted. I cannot express thanks enough to the FBI. Now they can go in, type in a name, scan a driver's license, scan an automobile plate, a boat plate, and get the information back in seconds, including criminal history, anything like that. We used that successfully in the beginning, and then they said, well, can we also look up fingerprints? Because this may shock everybody at the table, but our unwilling customers often lie about who they are. And so we were able to get a small fingerprint reader that ties to the phone, and so now we can scan their fingerprints on the spot and within seconds know exactly who we're dealing with. And this cuts down what the deputies call the name game that's played with this. If you've watched TV shows, you know what happens out there. This cuts that down to nothing. So the net effect is that now the deputies are more effective at catching people who have warrants, dangerous people who have warrants, who need to be brought in, whether it's state, local, or federal. At the same time, this has built a dependency on this technology that means now making sure that that phone works is a top priority. So not only modernize the mobility of the phone, we've also gone back and modernized our ITSM. So we moved off our on-premise solution into ServiceNow, software as a service solution in the cloud, to make sure that, and also teamed up with ATF to combine help desk, fully managed help desk, and now our response times are so fast that the majority of the calls are for password resets, because the automated password reset is slower than calling our help desk and having them reset it. And so they can do everything right from the phone.
Really